Hi Sag, welcome to your reading for Aquarius season. We are going to determine what you need to leave behind in 2025. Out with the old, it's time to get in with the new. We're going to determine what you need to leave behind officially, and then we are going to determine what you should focus on. And then the final card will be what the overall theme and energy is for 2026, okay? We'll then dive into it and we'll get some Rider-Waite cards and an oracle message, and it'll be lots of fun, okay? If you're new, welcome to the Witch Switch, where we switch off everyday normal life and switch on to the witchery. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you again for joining me. Don't forget to like, don't forget to follow, all right? So let's see, Sagittarius, what's going on with you this year, okay? And then we're going to determine what's your overall energy and theme. Alrighty? Okay. So, what you need to officially leave behind in 2025. 8 of Swords. This is perfect. This is old stagnant energy. This is limiting mindsets. This is feeling like you cannot make a choice. You cannot have you cannot choose a road that you want to go down. It's like a feeling of being stuck, but that's all a mental game. That's all limiting self-beliefs and a lack of ability to feel like you can accomplish anything that you want and desire. Okay, so we're leaving this kind of energy behind. See this woman? This woman is entrapped by her own circumstances, wanting a way out. All she has to do is go downstairs. All she has to do is leave the apartment. But she's crying and she's basically feeling like she's trapped in the room, and she's not. She just thinks that she can't get out, but she absolutely can. So this is that. It's feeling stressed out. It's feeling like you're the only one that is going through this and no one else can help you, right? It's needing to feel your way out at the same time. So the inability to do so is what we're leaving behind in 2025. Your inability to be free of something is what we're leaving behind. What you need to strive for, we have 5 of Pentacles. So there is freedom when it comes to circumstances changing, especially if it's interrupted. Especially if, for example, what you once felt was imprisonment now becomes your option or your opportunity to break free from it. But the thing is that this opportunity is not something that is very nurturing or very forgiving, if you will. 5 of Coins in traditional tarot is feeling like you're left out and not allowed to find a sense of community, not allowed to be included in anything. It's being ostracized. So although this may be the theme for you this year, just because you're ostracized in something, it's also an opportunity for you to be free of whatever self-limiting mindset or behaviors that you thought to be true. There's a blessing in disguise here, even though at first it's not going to seem that way, okay? So you have the number 8 is all about new beginnings and transforming. 5 is all about changes and adapting to those changes. So between last year and this year, the things that you wanted to get away from, you will have the opportunity to get away from it. But it's going to happen in a way that, like I said, it's going to be very unexpected. It's going to interrupt a lot of things. And it's probably not the way you anticipated exiting or leaving said situation. So it may shake you up a bit. It may feel even worse than it did last year, but you have to see the silver lining. All right, Sag? And for your overall energy is we have the 5 of Cups. So you may feel this way. You may get into a state where you feel loss and regret and remorse, Sag. You may feel like there's no other way out. You may even get into martyrdom. Martyrdom? Martyrdom, is it? The state of being a martyr? Forgive me, I can't even get my words straight. But this is probably how you're going to feel. So out of everyone I've done a reading for, Is this going to be rainbows and butterflies and opportunity for positive growth and change? Sure. It all depends on how you look at it. Everything that starts off ugly eventually turns beautiful. You've heard the story, the ugly duckling turns into a beautiful swan. That's going to be your process this year. It's going to be ugly. I am not going to sugarcoat it for you. As a fellow fire sign, such as yourself and Aries, I am not going to sugarcoat it for you. But you can handle it, because despite these changes happening, you will see that there will be little bursts of opportunity where you may be lucky. You may find that if you lost something, something else will come take its place. You may find that if you feel like you're lonely and you have no one to turn to, when you least expect it, you will find someone that you can communicate with or exchange ideas with, or to find someone that can be relatable to you, will give you a sense of comfort that you're not truly alone. So you got to look for those synchronicities. You got to look for the silver lining. All right, Sag, let's dive in a little further. We got a lot of, we got 2 5s and an 8 here. So this is definitely spiritual transition. All right. You're kind of getting in your own way. And also, I wouldn't be surprised, that 8 of Swords, you constantly felt stuck. You looked at you dwelled a lot. There was a lot of feeling like you couldn't do things. And I think this is why things are kind of forcing you out of your comfort zone, where it feels like you're kind of betrayed a little bit. But you're not. You're meant to move. You're meant to move forward into the path that aligns better for you than it has this last year. This year especially, it's going to get uncomfortable, but you wouldn't be able to get on this path if it wasn't for these uncomfortable moments, And you also allow yourself the opportunity to not take risk. You're a fire sign, you're creative. Where along the way have you felt intimidated? Where along the way did you feel like you couldn't accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, or maybe lack luck? Or where was it where you felt like you were incapable? At what period and what point in time did you stop believing in yourself, Sag? Things to think about. And as you come to those realizations, right, we go from the Page of Wands to the reverse to the King of Wands in the reverse. And I'm telling you, the transition is going to be effortless. It's going to be quick. The pain is not going to last, my love. You are meant to sit on this throne, and you alone. And then someone will join you by your right side. All right? Because even in the King of Wands, at his throne, he's not alone. So love is coming for you, Sag. If you're single, it is coming for you. If you're not, then this could be a chance that also your relationship will adhere a certain strength. Maybe both of you will be tested, or this situation will put both of you to the test, that there will be a stronger bond. Okay? Your love will be tested, and you will make it out alive through the fire and all. All right? And it will be a peaceful moment. There will be no conflict. You will also see how much of your, how well your partnership is, that it could withstand anything. Almost anything. Okay? So these are good things. Despite the circumstances that happen, like I said, it may be ugly, but you will see how great the outcome will be from it. Okay? So here's the 8 of Swords again, but this time it's in the reverse. So your position when it comes to relationships, you probably felt that there's more that you can do. Maybe you felt like you weren't contributing enough. Maybe you felt like you weren't in it anymore. These are all things that I feel really lacked your ambition when it comes to making things work in your partnerships. And I feel like this is something that can be easily talked through. Okay? You're a sign of creativity. Your opposite sign of Gemini is the communicator and the one who understands. So this year will also show you and teach you ways that you need to communicate more and to understand more, because to understand is to also love and to be forgiving and to be patient. Okay, so maybe there are certain aspects within you that you were lacking, that you were not able to give or fulfill in your relationships with other people. It doesn't have to be romantic. This is for singles and those in a relationship. So take what applies, okay? Remember, this is a general reading. If you want a personal, my website will be listed. You can book a reading. I have a bunch of sales going on. Follow me on Instagram. You will get all of my sale promotions as well as all the events that I will be attending in if you ever want an in-person reading with me, especially if you live in the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania area. I have bookings for all of those areas. So follow me on Instagram, okay? The Witch Switch, which is the_witch_switch. Okay, all of that will be listed below. But this is something that I think you want to change when it comes to exchanging with other people, Sag. All right, we want to be more patient. We want to be more vulnerable. We want to be more open, okay? And we also want to be open to the fact that we are capable of being happy. And to also, we go from being really self-limited mentally, right? And we're leaving that behind in 2025. Once you do that, the road is open for you. You will walk on this path so optimistic. You'll be so enthusiastic by it. Nothing can ever stop you from believing that the road ahead is sunny and that there's better. Excuse me. You just have to control your thoughts. Not every thought that comes in is true. That's just fear. That's your ego. All right, but if you let go of the ego and you don't mind being a little foolish, you may see that the opportunities that lie ahead will be ones that you've always wanted, always wished for, okay? And Aquarius season is the star in traditional tarot, so if there's anything you really want to wish for it, okay? If you want to be on a road of silence and meditation, that's there for you too. If you want to leave behind certain things that don't provide any positive attributes as far as energy goes, as far as positive mindset is concerned, you can definitely find that. So we're also changing our state of mind and how we think, how we perceive. We're also getting, what's the word I'm looking for? Different perspective, okay? Different ways of handling the chatter that we have going on in our mind. For some of you, this kind of mentality that you've acquired where you felt self-limiting could have definitely been contributed from maybe a parent or someone you looked up to ever since you were really young. The thing is, you're a fire sign. This person could be a water or an earth sign. They don't see things the same way you do. One works out of empathy and the other is out of necessity. Okay? It's out of curiosity, but curiosity to get the facts. Okay, they don't know much yet. They just learned how to read. So observing what they read and how they understand that is not in a position that will bring any benefit into the outside world. Okay, so whatever you aspire to or listen to when you were younger, there was a lot of pushback and back and forth and needing to feel validated by this person here. And I think that has a lot to do with your mindset and why you feel so self-limiting. Okay, you probably also didn't feel validated or seen growing up when you were a child. It was something you always had to fight for. So we're learning to not carry the guilt and the shame and the resentment and the self-blame from all the gaslighting, from all the manipulation that we have endured since we were young with the people that we love and trust. Okay, so we are changing how we interact with other people in relationships, being more open to those that have proved to us that they're worthy of our trust and they would take care of our self-esteem. Okay? Only those that show their true essence to us are the ones that are worthy of our true essence. Okay? Everyone else can stay outside looking in while you reap the benefits. Let everyone else be left out. You acquire what is owed to you. All right, Sag? Right? Easy enough. But you won't be able to acquire anything if you constantly want to dwell about it and not take appreciation or gratitude for, like I said, those little spurts of luck that you get. That's what this 5 of coins is. See? The little spurts of luck that come out of the machine. You know, when you gamble, you don't win every time. It's a gamble. So you keep playing until your coins rise up. So it's taking a gamble on things that you normally wouldn't allow yourself to trust or be easy with, right? It could be so easy to stay here. But I don't see you staying here for long. That's more water energy. If you have some Scorpio placements, then maybe determine which house that falls in. And if you have planets in either Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, also check to see what houses they fall in as well and how you can kind of change that. Because with all the water signs, they do like to linger on to yesterday. Scorpio becomes obsessive with it until they mess up their relationship and then become obsessive with that relationship they just recently messed up with. Cancers like to dwell on the past with that same person. So no matter how many years go by, they're still stuck and fixated on that person. And Pisces, it's wherever the wave goes. however wave the tide comes in. Okay, they can kind of get lost in fantasy land at the same time. So again, we want to be really careful. All right, Sag, so let me just pull out some oracle cards. So don't be afraid this year. You know, those lessons that come in, it will show you in what ways you are fortunate and how you can make it through the challenges that kind of arise at your feet. We have the card protection. So again, despite what you go through, you are protected. That's why those little spurts of luck will be there for you when you need it. All right, so you're not ever lost. You're not ever alone in this. And again, for some of you, your relationships will be tested, but you will see how strong you will come out of it. You will see the team effort that you have with people. Okay, it will show you who's really there for you and who cares. And that's something to absolutely be happy about. All right. And then we have the card of will. So to me, this is the Fool energy. This is the 3 of Wands energy. Okay, you have the will to get away from limiting mindsets, beliefs, people even that make you feel this way. It's your past. It's allowing a deprogramming of what you were taught to believe to be true that isn't necessarily true. All right, we are walking away from feeling isolated, from feeling like, you know, why me? I can't do this. No one is going to help me. I'm trapped. You're not trapped. You could still get out physically. And you're going to. The cards indicate that. So let's have gratitude for the people and the opportunities that we do have and see the cup half full when challenges do arise. You will see how fortunate you are, and once you do, again, those little spurts of luck will come in and chime in when they need to. All right, Sagittarius, you got this. You're considered the luckiest zodiac sign in all of the zodiac, if you will. All right, Sagittarius, this was your reading for Aquarius season. Wish upon a star. Know that you're protected, and things will absolutely work out no matter how ugly things seem in the beginning. All right, keep that in mind. Love you lots, and I'll see you next time.